Another big step toward getting out of the pandemic and back to normal life. The FDA is expanding its emergency use authorization for the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine to include children ages 12 through 15. Pfizer says its vaccine is 100% effective in preventing illness among those in that age group. The decision will allow nearly 17 million more Americans to have the vaccine if they want it.
The CDC Advisory Committee is expected to give its approval at a meeting tomorrow, clearing the way for the shots to be given. More than 261 million COVID vaccines have been administered across the U.S., and the CDC says about 35% of Americans have been fully vaccinated.
We are joined now by Dr. William Gruber. There he is. Who is he, you ask? He is Pfizer's Senior Vice President of Vaccine Clinical Research and Development, and he's also a pediatrician. Dr. Gruber, it's good to see you. You're the perfect person to talk about this with this morning. So let's think about this.
Great to be here.
We're glad you're here. You know, so many adults are already very hesitant to get the vaccine. How in the world do you convince them to let their kids get it? Earlier in the newscast, we had somebody that said parents need to be encouraged and they need to have incentives. So what's your best pitch to the parents out there?
Yeah, I think the first best pitch is, of course, the FDA has now authorized emergency use for adolescents 12 to 15 years of age, which builds on the large group of individuals for which the vaccine is now authorized. So we're now talking about individuals 12 years of age and up. And I think there are really three things. This affords an opportunity to protect the adolescent against COVID-19. Although they less commonly have severe disease, they can end up in the hospital. It allows us to make a major step forward in terms of herd protection to protect all of us. And it importantly allows adolescents to get back to being adolescents, to being able to engage in sporting activities, to be able to go back to school, to be able to engage in drama club or gather in groups. So it really provides an opportunity to get back to normal life.
Oh, that sounds good. We've all heard those arguments before, and people still aren't there. What's the downside? There always seems to be a downside with these things.
Yes, I think really there are very little in the way of downsides. Your commentator earlier commented on the fact that sometimes individuals can have a little bit of fever, chills, and fatigue, just as we've seen in 16 to 25-year-olds and older individuals as well. But this is a small price to pay for the potential to provide protection and get back to normal life.
Dr. Gruber, when we say the vaccine is 100% effective, what exactly does that mean? Does that mean if you're 12 to 15 years old and you get this shot, you will not get sick from COVID?
I think what this means is that's what we observed in the clinical trial. We had 0 cases in the vaccine recipients and 18 in those that received placebo. So we're very encouraged that the vaccine is likely to have high efficacy. Of course, there may be breakthrough cases, but certainly what we observed was 100% efficacy and gives confidence that the vaccine is likely to work.
Dr. Gruber, Pfizer's trials for children as young as 6 months old are ongoing. What, if anything, is different about those trials?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. We obviously are very attentive to being deliberate and careful as we move down in age. It may well be the case that the current dose that we use in adults and 12 to 15-year-olds, we need to reduce for younger children. So we have gradually moved down in age from 5 to 11-year-olds to 2 to 4-year-olds to 6 month to 2-year-olds with starting off with a low dose and then working up in dose until we get to that Goldilocks spot, just right, providing the right amount of protection and being well tolerated.
And when do you think results might be available from those trials?
Yes, I think we'll have results in the fall from our children that we're vaccinating in these trials that are 2 years of age and up, and then probably late at the end of the year or the beginning of 2022 for children 6 months to 2 years of age.
We keep hearing about the possibility of booster shots. What can you tell us about that? What determines whether you're going to need a booster shot or not, and when will you need a booster shot?
Yes, so we actually have ongoing studies to look at two things. One, to determine whether a booster shot can provide an immune response that will provide protection, just like the first two doses. And we're also, of course, with that, looking at making sure that that dose is well tolerated. And then we're looking at the population that's already received 2 doses of vaccine to determine how long that protection lasts. And the combination of that information will inform us and the CDC and the FDA about the best time for a booster.
How long do you think it will be before we know whether we need a booster shot?
I think we'll have some information as early as the end of the summer or early fall in time to make decisions about the potential for offering up a booster. But it may well be the case that the vaccine provides more durable protection and a booster might not be needed for up to a year.
Yeah, but so right now we don't know how long the vaccine lasts?
We know that it lasts at least up to 6 months. We have good data that we've presented publicly and will be publishing shortly that indicates that up to 6 months the vaccine has very high efficacy.
All right, Dr. William Gruber, very interesting information. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.